Hello and welcome to Star Wars Obsessed. I'm Richard and I took a visit to Tatooine. In case some of you don't know, some of the Tatooine filming locations were done in Death Valley, California. Mostly the scenes with C-3PO and R2-D2. On this trip, Gary went with me, but we also took a friend, Steve. The locations were not difficult to find because the National Park Service in Death Valley marked the filming locations for Star Wars on their map, and they even have it on their app. They don't include the photos, so I had to basically go online, take photos of the exact location, what it looks like, side-by-side comparison pictures of a scene from Star Wars and how the site looks today. That made it easier to pinpoint exactly where the filming location was, because the app just says, oh, it's right here, it's in this area, but then you have to look around going, okay, where is it exactly? The side-by-side comparison photos really helped. Also, it was kind of odd because on their map, they have just a roundabout way to go about the filming locations. Like basically it says one, it gives you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But the first location being their hub, basically to check in and get a map. But that's miles away from the first two filming locations. So it's like they want you to go past those filming locations. And then when you get to the hub, then go back down to those. And when I saw that, I just thought, no, not doing that. Because one thing that was important was the lighting. The sun, where it's located, I wanted to make sure that when we got to the places to film or to take pictures, that the sun wasn't in the way. Dante's View, which is the location where Ben Kenobi and Luke and 3PO and R2, they are standing on this overlook down into looking at the Mos Eisley spaceport. That was actually the third place to go according to the map, but we decided to do that first because it seemed more efficient than going to the hub and then coming back down. It was an absolutely gorgeous view, and this one was so surreal. Oh my gosh, it was just so exciting to see, to have that vantage point that Obi-Wan and Luke had of looking down, see where the Mos Eisley spaceport is. I could see it in my mind. As I'm looking down, I could see the spaceport. Even though it's not really there, I just know, having seen Star Wars hundreds of times, and it was really difficult to leave. I just wanted to stay there and just take it all in and just absorb all of it in my memories and stay there forever. It was beautiful. It was a wonderful experience.
What is that over there?
Mos Eisley Spaceport. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Let's go.
We must be cautious.
Oh.
The next place we went to was called the 20 Mule Team Canyon, and it was where they filmed the sequence where C-3PO and R2-D2 are walking to Jabba's palace. And this one was kind of difficult to find, and it was kind of scary to drive through because we were using my car, and it's not a four-wheel drive. There's not a paved road, so it's just very rocky, and I was nervous that we're going to pop a tire. We drove slowly, and then we got to the area where the map said it is, pulled over to the side. Then we had to walk a little bit of ways to get the angle right. I was looking at the picture and comparing, okay, this is the hill, and we finally got there, and it was pretty amazing looking. Oh, and check this out. It's a souvenir from Tatooine. Ooh. Ah. Then we ignored the map because after that it wanted us to go to basically around and then go to the other sites. But we decided to go up to the hub so we can have lunch. And then after we had lunch, we decided to keep going up the map to the part that they are considering the 7th stop, which were the Mesquite Flat sand dunes. I thought it was pretty amazing looking that there are actually sand dunes. This is the scene where R2-D2 is riding off to the distance after separating from C-3PO. Pretty surreal to be there, knowing that this is a place that was filmed in Star Wars. We got there and the perfect shot was at the heel of this dune, and I was just looking at it like, okay, that's it. But there was this couple, they were taking pictures, but they were taking a really long time, and it seemed almost like they were doing it on purpose, like to annoy us, because as we were walking there, they were already on the hill. So we were like looking around, like what would be a good shot? What would be a good shot? Well, we realized that would be the good shot. So basically we were like hovering, waiting. I was just really annoyed. So maybe it was just me projecting, but they were there for an unnecessarily long time. So they finally moved away and we got some really good shots. The next spot we went to is called Artist's Palette. And apparently this is an area where they shot a scene with the Jawas and the Sandcrawler, but we were walking around and we just couldn't match the image. No matter what angle, you know, we went low, we went high, we just couldn't figure out where the scene was. It was pretty amazing to look at anyways, because some part of Tatooine was filmed in Death Valley. There were lots of areas that just looked like it could have been filmed. So I just took pictures and videos of the whole area. And if you just look at it, you just think, oh yeah, that kind of looks like a place that they filmed for Star Wars. Even though it doesn't say that it was filmed there, but it does. I just did some extra filming in this area. It was still a lot of fun. Okay, go. The next area we went to is called Desolation Canyon. This is an area where they filmed the sand people getting on the bantha and then riding away. It was easy to find, and then we had to walk a little bit a ways. It was still a lot of fun to get to explore, to look at. You know, we had to move a little bit, move here, you know, okay, we had to get the angle right. Like, is this the area? Yeah, this is it. Another pretty amazing moment to realize that it was a place where they filmed Star Wars. It was just pretty awesome. I just loved it. Just loved everything about it. It was pretty amazing to be in the actual location where Star Wars was filmed. It was just surreal to have seen these places in Star Wars and then to actually be there, to actually see it for real. Our last stop was Golden Canyon, basically the scene where R2-D2 is riding through the canyon and being stalked by the Jawas. They described it just this one scene. When I got the image online, I found the image with R2-D2 riding through, but then there was another image taken apparently from Golden Canyon, even though on the app it doesn't state that it's there, and it's one where basically you see the Jawa's eyes peeping from underneath a boulder. I wasn't sure if it was in the same place, but I just kept looking in this area. I just want to check this out, if this is where this part was seen. And I walked a little bit of ways, and sure enough, there were the boulders, and this matched the picture and the scene. It was pretty amazing. I loved it. And you could tell there was a part that was man-made. It's like they poured concrete so R2-D2 could roll smoothly through the canyon. And I'm glad my friend Steve was there. He discovered that there was another part in that canyon that they used for filming, because he had downloaded Star Wars and he kept looking at the scenes over and over again. And he realized this other part that was filmed, and it's basically this brief moment, a POV shot of a Jawa and R2-D2 rolling across up this little area in the canyon, and they just filmed from that vantage point. And it was pretty amazing to see that and to actually be there and film in that same spot that was filmed for Star Wars. And I thank Steve for being with me, because I don't think I would have noticed it. It was pretty awesome.
We did it.
We did it. We finished filming all the Star Wars locations that we could find.
Yay.
It was awesome, and it took us
about 5.5 hours. Using Richard's suggestion of not following the National Park Service's order. Their order has you going all over the place.
Their order was crazy. But we did
Richard's
it.
a smart guy.
It was fun.
It
Awesome.
was. It really was. I hope you all can do it yourselves.
All right, well, that was my trip to Death Valley or Tatooine. I had a great time with Gary and Steve. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and click subscribe. You can check out my other videos here and here. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. See you on the next Star Wars Obsessed.